All right. How you guys all doing? Hey, how's it going? I gotta pull this up to see what the camera's actually pointed at. Because I've got, hopefully I have it pointed at what I'm trying to put together. Bear with me here a second. This took a lot longer than I thought it was going to as far as putting everything together. Where is it? All right, let's go here. There we go. Make sure it's muted. Come on. There we go. Oh, I gotta take the background out. Bear with me here 1 second while I do that. Oop, wrong thing. Let me get that background out of there and switch back. Do that. And how do I get rid of that? NVIDIA broadcast, probably. All right, guys, sorry. I wanted to make sure I started relatively on time, so I thought I was actually starting early when I was actually starting on time. Well, thanks, guys, for coming. 56, Jay Bohannon and Pocket Change. Appreciate you guys showing up. Bear with me here while I get rid of this background. There we go. Much better. Well, not much better because you see the other part of my house, which is watching into the kitchen, but I'll see if I can fix that a little bit. Anyway, had a few little hiccups along the way, which is what kind of got me a little bit late. I planned on hanging all of these. Problem I had was with this Rebtec board and working with 3060 Ti's and kind of got a little ahead of myself. So the only way I can make the 3060 Ti's boot up with the Rebtec is with a dummy plug. Well, when I hang this one by the dummy, the dummy plug won't fit through this. So we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of surgery, shall we say, in order to cut out where that needs to be. But we didn't have time to do that. So yeah, it means that it's real and it's live, and yeah, you figure it out. But I wanted to let you guys know why I was using this GPU stand, which, by the way, Space Goats has a video about this. That's where I got the idea for it, was from him. So I've been using these before the idea that Chump Change and company had, Misfit Mining's had. So once I had that, I was like, okay, perfect. I'm going to do this instead. So I'm actually going to plan on putting 2 rigs on here eventually. Right now, the Rebtec will be the first one, and then I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do something on the top and then hang the GPUs below, and then motherboard here, and then hang GPUs below. Haven't decided that yet, but for right now, I'm just going to hang the GPUs on this. If you can even see my mouse, I'm not even sure if you can because I'm... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you can see that because that's the camera. Anyway, let me do a little bit of redirecting of the camera. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me okay. Yeah, it's a bit better that way. So just to kind of give you an idea, obviously I have... Oh, and I jiggled the power supply. Anyway, I'll have to fix that. But anyway, so obviously I'm working on a server power supply, Rebtec board, and one 3060 Ti right now, which I need in order to be able to see it, which I forgot to put the dummy plug in it, so I got to redo this. Yeah, hold on 1 second. There's plenty of room in this, though. sure I have this adjusted so it is steady, and it is. Let me fix this. Interesting. Why is that doing that? Oh, anyway. All right, that's straight. Okay. So for right now, I've probably got a good look at my butt on that one. So, oh, good you didn't. I actually can see that now. Anyway, so, all right. So I'm going to try booting this thing up. And bear with me here 1 second while I get that rig showing. So, okay. All right, let me bring this over here. Oop. That was not what I wanted. Not at all. There we go. All right. So once I have that up and running, I'll switch cameras so that you can see the screen. In fact, I can do that now. All right, so this is the rig. I had it up once already. In fact, let me take the flight sheet out. Unset. There we go. All right, that way we can just see it come online. So, all right, let me get this going. Turn on the power supply. Really like the way these Asus KO looks. They have stupid cool looking lights, I think. All right, Rebtec. I'll do my best panda impersonation. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, it always helps if you plug it in, right? Let me turn this off. All right, let me use this one. Oh, that was the one I used for, no, we'll use this one. No, we'll use this one. There's this. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, turn that back on. Yeah, it turns on automatically. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Usually takes a little bit. All right. It says offline, but I bet if I go into here, maybe. Come on. There it is. We go back over here. It says offline, but obviously we're connected through that. So user 1. Okay. So this is where I wanted to get to. And I have to bring up my little cheat sheet over here. So what I'm trying to accomplish here is being able to image from the USB drive to the mSATA drive so you don't need an adapter. I did this on my other like standard motherboard. I would think it would work here, but I have not tried this, so this is the first time I am trying it. So this should be interesting. Why am I on this page? This is not what I want. Bear with me here 1 second while I find the tab. I have way too many tabs. There it is. All right. So first command is fdisk-l to find out what you have. So interesting. Okay. This is the second one. Okay, got it. So, how did we do this? How did we do this before? So, which one of these? So this Linux files. Oh, that's right. I'm doing the whole thing. That's why. Alrighty, so bear with me here 1 second. I'm going over this again to double check it. So first things first, I'm just going to copy over this command. If it lets me. It does not. I will have to type it. Alright, but it's a matter of figuring out which one. Yeah, in this case, it is backwards. So my SDB drive is the SSD, and it's backwards from this example I'm looking at. That's why I'm double checking it. So the because I have a 120 gig SSD and a 64 gig USB drive. So I'm copying it from SDA to SDB, or imaging. So in this case, I'm reading this. In fact, let me just put this over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Should actually just put this down in the comments. So this is what I'm looking at. So here's the command, but in this case, SDB, so I'm just thinking through this as we're going along. In fact, let me bring up your comments in case you guys have any comments. So SDB is the flash drive in this case, but that's SDA in my case. So I need to reverse this to make this work, but otherwise it should work perfectly. So I'm just doing one last double check. So just judging blah, 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 blah. SDB 14.4 is the flash drive in this case. Actually, in most cases, SDA will be the SSD hard drive, and SDB is the flash drive. So that's what this is. Mine is reverse of that, where SDA is the flash drive, not SDB. So, okay. All right, here we go. So the command is dd if equal /dev/sd. This one says B, so I need to change that to A. Space of equal /dev/sdb. Space BS. Block size is what that is, 10 meg. Count equals 800. And then this one's optional, but we want to see the progress. All right, double checking it. dd if /dev/sd translated SDA, and then of equals /dev/sdb. Again, that's opposite of what it is. BS equals 10M. Count equals 800. Status equals progress. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. All right, let me go back to the comments while we're waiting for this to finish. All right. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Appreciate it. Hopefully, for those people that have the Rebtec boards, hopefully they'll learn a little bit. Like I said, with mine, I got a little too aggressive with the BIOS. I decided to do up front without trying anything else. I decided to turn off the internal graphics. And I did it in like 3 different ways, all in the same spot. And once I did that and tried to boot up, it wouldn't boot up. So I'm like, okay, my next thing is hook a monitor up to the NVIDIA card, which I did, was able to get back into the BIOS, and it was like flashing at me, and I was like, oh great, did I just brick this thing? So, but I'm like, okay, well, let's just try booting up with the 3060, and it booted up fine. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna keep a monitor on this, and I had a dummy plug, so I tried the dummy plug, and it worked. So for me, I'm not sure if it's gonna be needed for everybody, but for me, one of the things I tried was using a dummy plug, and it's working, so I don't have to have a monitor hooked up to it. So we shall see if the rest of the cards that I'll be hooking up tonight, I have a total of 5 cards that I'll be putting. I had cards all over the place in different computers, and there's a workout computer downstairs that we have hooked up to a bunch of smart trainers. Not that I've been using one lately, but I need to get back to it. And then my normal computer, and when I need to stream, I need to stop mining, as well as downstairs whenever we work out, I have to stop mining. So decided to do some consolidation. I still have 2 cards in the computer downstairs, but I need one more, at least one more riser in order to hook up to this. So I'm going to be getting that later on this week, and then I'll take that second card out, and so this will be a 6 GPU rig. All right, it is done. So, moment of truth. Let's turn this off, take the USB drive out, and let's see if it boots back up with the mSATA. So bear with me here one second. Fingers crossed. And just so you know, I forgot to put it on low latency. So anyway, we shall see. So it'll take a little bit of time for me to respond to anything that's. So yes, 56. This is cloning the USB drive to the mSATA. Technically, it's an mSATA. But yes, SSD, it's just an mSATA as opposed to an NVMe or SATA drive. So I actually did have, in case this doesn't work, I do have an adapter. So I'm hoping I'll be able just to return that back to Amazon. So we shall see. All right. Let's get rid of these. Let me see if I can get back into it. Ooh. Yes. Success. Sweet. All righty. I really don't need that much anymore. So now, let's make sure that this one mines. So let me hook the flight sheet back up. Actually, was using this, well, not that one. I was using this one, but I don't have any AMD, but I have Team Red Miner on there anyway, but whatever. Let me hook this up. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me make sure on my overclocks. I'm just going to set a conservative one at this point. We're just going to do 2000 for now. And we're going to do minus 350. Oop. I'm going to leave it at 124. We'll do 126 actually. I think the EVGA cards will require, the one EVGA card will require a little bit more power. Let's save that. Wait for that to get done. I do have that automatically updating. but I'm impatient. Is it done? It's done. All right, let me get rid of these. Go back to flight sheet. I'm just going to do this one. Back to overview. Let's see here. Nothing yet. Come on. Oh, why am I doing it this way? Oh, interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Because I have Team Red Miner in there. Bear with me here 1 second. I need to go to MOTD. Oh, it's there. Well, it's showing up there anyway. Let's do a refresh. And it did start to heat up a little bit. Let me do MOTD this time. There we go. I'll need to fix that flight sheet, or at least make a unique one. Probably copy it. Watch. 2. Yep, we are mining. Sweet. But if I go back here, yep, it's now showing up. Alrighty, there's one. So let me try adding the others, and go big or go home. Is that the vote? Just put them all in there and see what happens. Anyway, it's probably what I'll end up doing, but alrighty, well, let's get started. Let me shut down the miner. Let me see if I can fix this flight sheet. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw what I wanted. Hold on. Flight sheet. Duplicate. That is what I wanted. Where did it go, though? This one. So I should be able to do edit. Trash the, let me just make sure. T-Rex, yeah, I want to trash Team Red Miner. There we go. Update. And now we've got what I wanted. So I will be able to just run with that when I start it back up. So let me turn everything off. In fact, let me do a couple of things first. I need to clean this one off a little bit. This one was a little dusty. I cleaned most of it off. But let me see. Let me move over so I can see what I'm doing. All right. I'll let that run just for a little bit. Make sure it gets nice and cool. Alrighty. So, I'm going to put on one of these for an example, and then I will probably do this in the background. Let me see whether you guys can see it. Okay, you can see it there. Just put these through the fork plug, and then you screw in the top. Which unfortunately, well, hold on a sec. Can you see? Kind of. Scoot up a little bit. Hope everybody's doing this good Sunday. I know I'm doing good. It was my birthday. And it was a good one. Nice and relaxing. A little bit confused on the basketball game today because I mentioned this, I think I mentioned this on the stream last night if anybody was there, but I graduated from University of Illinois, but my cousin's kid is the star center of Loyola, Cam Crutler. So yeah, I had a little bit of problem figuring out what was I really gonna root for. And Cam started playing just an awesome game just to start out the game. I was like, okay, that pretty much solved that. I know exactly who I'm gonna be rooting for. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And then I will put it like this. And I'm probably going to put this one over here. And it just hangs like so. Beautiful. In fact, I'll probably move it back a little bit on this one. One thing I did notice, if I want to use this first slot, I'd have to reverse it because this is a little too wide for this Home Depot rack right here, unfortunately. But anyway, I don't know why Home Depot made this specific one. Well, yeah, I don't know why they made that one so much tighter than the others. But anyway. Oop. Takes a little bit of practice. And that will hang just like that. So alrighty, let me get this thing powered down and start getting these things hooked up. Alright, that was off. That is off. Alrighty, so this is what I was hoping to have done prior to this, was to get all of these brackets on the cards before I installed them. Or not, obviously they have to be on before they install them, but before I started the stream. Since this is somewhat of a, doesn't take too long, but somewhat of a tedious task that is pretty boring to listen to me talk through, so I will try to get through it as quickly as possible. Whose B-Day? My birthday. Don't worry, I'm still younger than you, the great Baldini. Oh, I'm sorry, the Graph Baldini. That's what I know him as now, since he's got the GRT, which is the, not the logo, but you know what I'm saying, the three characters for graph. Alrighty, that one's on there. Next, so I got two more to do. Let me make sure, okay, that's the one I don't want to use. Oh, this one's already on. Oh, I already have one on. Sweet, and this one was already tensioned up. Sorry, I only have one more to do. It just fell on the floor. Oh, one of my USB cables. Okay, no biggie. Alrighty, one last one to do. Let's see what kind of questions I got here. Oh, thanks everybody for the happy birthday. To me. Thanks, Chan. Chan Coin. All right, let's see here. I don't know why I always want to put these things on backwards. Some of these already have power cables installed, so since I took them out of other computers and just took the power cables with it, so hopefully that will make things go just a little bit quicker. Or who knows, might even take longer. Key is going to be trying to fit all these. Oh, I know I'll do it. That'll be fine. It will be fine. One thing I remember Chump Change telling me about these when he was talking about them is don't over tighten them, you will pull it out. So I'm trying not to. I have a tendency to over tighten everything. Okay, this is the other long boy. The other two are shorts. So let me get this one hooked up. Actually, that one I'm gonna, here, before I do that, let me start hooking up cables to that one. Since that one came out of my rig in the other room, those cables stayed. So one of the nice things, excuse me, one of the nice things about making this change is I had one riser that was connected up through SATA. I know, bad. But it was the only way I was able to do it because I ran out of PCI ports, and I used splitters as much as I felt comfortable with. So, all right, hold on a second. What did I do with those? There they are. I've got some short cables and I've got some long cables. That one's going to need long cables, so that is what I'm going to do with that one. I will say one thing about Parallel Miner, they know how to pack. They pack cables like super tight, but in order to get them out, they're a little tangled. So it makes things a bit interesting as you're trying to get one cable out of this bunch. Come on, there's one. One cable. Let's try getting the next one out. Oh, that one wasn't so bad. Two cables. The nice thing about these, well, except for one, most of the 3060 Ti's I have only one power connector. The EVGA for the win one does have a power connector. And then the USB. Okay. So let's do this. Done this on a different one, but let's get the hard one out of the way first. And for those who have never built a computer before, I have only built 5 in my lifetime. This will actually be the 6th. Wrong way. So trying to talk and do things when you're trying to concentrate, never a good thing. That time I had it backwards. And there are definitely a couple different types of these connectors, these 6 and 8 pin connectors. Some of them slide on, some of them like hook on. The ones that slide on are nice because they, oh, that's not good. There we go. Now let's make sure that's all the way on. Now it's all the way on. Okay, let's get this guy on. Come on. There we go. That is on. Okay. And just so you know, this will not be cable managed this evening. So, just so you know. What am I going to do? Yeah, it's the same thing there. Okay. We're going to do this one to here. These two. Let me know if you can hear my wife's beautiful singing. this hooked up. Alrighty. All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for showing up. Appreciate it. Let me see if there's any quick questions. Hope you guys are. Where's the cake? Actually, funny thing you mentioned is we were actually going to get dinner from a nice steak place that has a special right now because of pandemic. They're trying to get people to come back, and I just wasn't feeling it. I had stuff I wanted to get done. I wanted to get this done, so we ended up just going to Culver's. And then I had a free Sunday, but I don't really like Culver's, so my wife got the Sunday. So she got the free Sunday for my birthday. So anyway, but the steak place has some awesome like flourless chocolate cake, unbelievable. But yeah, not today. We'll do that another day this week. My wife's birthday is in a week, so yeah, don't over tighten. Oh, fair enough. No problem. I know it's a Sunday evening. I know a lot of people don't get on here, so yeah, nobody got time for that cable management, right? Exactly. So, all right, let me. This one's already got all the cables attached except for the USB. All right. Well, my wife shut the door, so if you could hear her, well, you can't. You won't be able to hear her anymore. Anyway. Alrighty. Oh, that one's backwards. I want it hanging the other way. Sorry, in particular. Actually, that'll let me hang it a little bit further back, too. You know what? It's going to stay that way for now. I'll have to decide how I want to do that going forward. But that means we're going to do this one the same way. With those cables and then the riser out the front. So we'll make do for now. Let's do it this way. All right. Get it through this way. Careful not to jostle the other one. All right. There we go. Yeah. Hope this doesn't trigger anybody because you know, mine isn't as nicely aligned as Chum Changes was with the one right next to the other, and yeah. Anyway. Alrighty. All right, this one. Oh, I did not, did I? I did not. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Third one. Except this one is short. Short. But it's not that short. All right. Well, let me see here. It is high enough. It'll clear this. I'm going to bring this one over here. And then the shorter ones. Come on. Oh, am I hooked around anything? No, not. All right. We will put this one right here. Yeah, because this one is a different, I think these were nerd gears, if I remember correctly. We're going to move this one over here since it's going to have a nice short reach. And then, interesting, I forgot I had this one on here from the other night when I was doing testing, which I really don't need anymore. I really don't want an extra cable sitting here. Let me do this one first. There we go. Now I'll be able to get this one. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see. So there's these two. We are going to move. How do I want to work this? We're going to do it right here. may need some adapters. And this would be the one to do it on, since it's got the 2. So 5, yeah. Wow, I can count. Let me think for a second. I have 5, so it'll only be 11, 12. It'll actually fill up perfectly. 1 to this, 2 to 4 of them. That'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'll be 12. Okay, we're good. I'll do straights all the way. All right, because I wasn't planning on loading this one up anymore as far as the power supply goes. All right, so that is all connected, right? We got 1, we got 2, and we have 3. Okay. Now, I need to plug this one in. I'm going to plug that one in right there. Oh, you know, I'm going to plug this one at the bottom. It'll be easier when I go to plug in the next one. All right, so we got 3, 2 more to go. Alrighty. Oh, that was probably a really good shot. Anyway, all right, let me, I should be able to put them right next to each other. And I can slide that one over a bit. Yeah, we'll have to see. But let me get, yeah, because that one's going to be right below. And there's 2 short cables for this one. These are the nice ones. These are the ones that slide on. They're nice connectors. All right. Connecting up the cables off camera. Come on, there it goes. 8-pin. Did you guys ever notice that EVGA puts their 8-pin connectors backwards of everybody else? Not sure why they do that, but I have noticed that. Alrighty. This one's ready to go on. These are going to be short, so let me see. Nope, won't work. It's got to go there. Alright. This one, just right below it. Nice shot of my butt, I'm sure. Okay. We're going to do that one there. And then this one. It's a good thing Panda's not here. He would definitely be triggered by this lack of cable management. I'm thinking anyway. Am I wrong? Alrighty. I think it's this way, right? Yeah. Alrighty. 4. 1 more to go. And this one, let me just check something here real quick. Will it fit here? Yes, it will. That's what I'm going to do. And how the hell did I miscount? Because there's one in there that isn't connected to anything. That would be why we have a winner. All right, let's see here. Where's this one coming from? But that just means I'm going to connect this one up to, where is it? Oh no, that one's there. What's this one? This one's over here. Okay, let me weed this through here. Okay. And I'm going to plug this one directly into the riser. All right, and then I'll reconnect all those things. Alrighty, everybody still with me? Am I boring everybody to death? Alright, that one's in. Okay, hold on 1 second. I think this one will reach. Alright, let me see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Look at that, one-handed. Alright. I should be able to get that when I do this. Oh, that's going to be a little short that way. Alright, that's going to be short that way. Oh boy. And that one will not fit that way. Crap. Let me check on the stream since my computer just made noises like something died. Oh, good. Your stuff successfully successfully reconnected. Did the stream die for a while? Or was it just the chat? Anyway, let me know. Hey, Dan the Dane. Glad to see ya. Hey, Savage Mind. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm on my knees. Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds. Alrighty, let me think about this for a second. I really don't want to have to disconnect that one that's in the middle of the mess. Because, well, you know what? I might still be able to get at that one, actually. Let me see here. Because it is on that side. Yeah, I can take this one out. Hold on. Come on. It's coming out just slowly but surely. There it goes. Okay. All right, let me get 2 longer cables. Oh, that's kind of precarious. As I just did that. There we go. Now it's back out. Okay. Let me get 2 long cables. And it'll just make things easier. And then we can boot it up and watch the thing hash away. Come on. Yeah, it's like a rat's nest when Parallel Miner sends it, but, you know, it isn't that bad. It's just takes a little bit. All right. Yeah, there's a big difference between 36-inch and 12-inch cables. So, all right, this one is that one. We're going to do, yeah. All right, and this one, we'll go into the card. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing this on carpeting, but oh well. It is what it is. Anybody see that Linus Tech Tip video that basically showed how hard it was to kill stuff? Of course, I'm giving myself the kiss of death because I'm doing this on carpeting, and I'm just telling you that how hard it is to kill something, and then lo and behold, something will happen. All right, is that all the way in? Yes, it is. That's in. Let's get the riser on. Of course, putting the riser on the carpeting was probably a really bad idea. Just make sure. All right, clip that in. Oh, the other ones are already clipped in. All right, let us hang this sucker. All right. Come on. There we go. hung with care. All right, I'm just going to go around this way on this one since this one is a hard one to get to, and I know I can get there with this. All right, let me put those back on here. All right, and this one is going to go right there. Come on, there it goes. That's in. And then one more USB to plug in. And then we should be good to go. Hopefully. Everything goes right. All right, let me make sure that goes underneath. Alrighty. Power, USB. That one was already hooked up. Power, and USB. I know all the USBs are hooked up. USB, power. Looks good to me. And just to make sure all the power plugs are full, just what I expected. Alrighty. All fans are spinning. Alrighty. Well, let me see what it looks like now. Whew. Alrighty. Okay, well, let's first things first. Let us do an overview. It does say it's got a flight sheet, so I got to change that. To the flex pool, let's move that one, apply. Okay. And let's see when they actually all show up, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, laser one, and this one I should just be able to do minor now. Maybe. I hear spinning up. Sweet. Let's make sure all of the, oh, that's not good. So, GPU number 4, I'm betting is the Zotac. I am betting it's the Zotac. That's why you have exclamation marks, because I believe all the other ones are okay, but this one's not. So 4 is, it is not telling me in here. Let me see. GPU 4. Interesting. It doesn't tell me models with this. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Right now I'm betting this has got to be the, because it's a little bit lower. That one's got to be the, what do you call it? Am I, no, I'm not frozen. That's weird. All right, I'm just going to take that, well, I guess I could leave it there, but I don't know why my camera looks frozen. Well, whatever. You guys can still hear me okay, right? Yeah, the video with Electro Boom. Well, the good news is they're all mining. I'm going to have to do some experimenting as to which one is which, since the model number doesn't appear to be showing up here for some reason. And I know that because GPU 4, and you can't scroll up and down on this one, unfortunately, but that one was the one that had the bad miners. Well, here, let's do something here. So let's go back to the flight sheet. Let's go to edit. Here's the other thing you can do. Let me go into setup miner configuration. How do you do it though? Anybody remember how you can delay the overclock? Or is it an overclock settings? It's probably an overclock settings. Probably. There we go. So the problem was with 4. I don't need to delay any of the other ones. So let's try this. 0, 0, 0, and we're gonna go 45. And we'll try that. We're just gonna leave everything else the same for now. I know that I'll play around because I know that EVGA has the EVGA for the win has a higher power limit on it, so, or higher like standard power on it, so you have to lower that power down more. Well, actually, in this one you don't. That's right, because you're not doing it by percentages. You're doing it by the actual power. So, anyway, I'll have to play around with it a bit, and should be able to get to closer to 2600 on everything, except for the Rebtec. So let me save this. I said save. The given data was invalid. All right, well, let's do it this way then. That worked. We'll just delay them all. And then I'll have to restart the miner and see if that does it. So you can see right now, it looks like it's fine, number 4, but because the CRC, the check, it didn't match all the other ones, it's eventually going to have some rejections because the DAG file didn't generate correctly. So for some reason, I don't know exactly how it works, but if it's not perfect, then you're definitely going to get some rejections. All right, so that was done. Now let's do a restart of the miner. And that's actually, okay, so those are all there. Interesting, this temperature looks like it's running a little hot. I know 48 doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm used to these running a lot cooler, so I'm gonna have to see which one that is. Yeah, well, it says they're all at 80, so. Anyway, I'll probably play around with the fans just to see which one's which. Anyway, let me do a restart of the miner. And let's see what happens. I'm not sure if I have to. Yeah, okay. Oh, yep, I do have to do that. Time wait. Let's see if this fixes it. I think it's like 30 seconds is what they recommend. So you see that? All of the CRC check, those are checks. All of them match this time, and there's no exclamation marks. So with 3060 Ti's, it used to be a huge problem. I still have problems with only one of my cards, and that's the Rebtec. So that's the one I need to do a longer. So I'm going to play around with it a bit and see if I can do a 0000 on all the other ones. But just as I do all of the, what do you call it? Yeah, my camera's locked. That is so weird. I do not know why it's doing that. Hang on one second. Yep. I need to lose some weight in the worst way. All right, let me just take this off for now. Yeah, there we go. So this is running just fine. Looks like I'll easily hit 300. Let's see how far it goes for now. Like I said, I know I can overclock this more. You guys want to hang around while I play around with the overclocks, or everybody want to go to bed? Let me run through this real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to go back up a little bit. Yeah, cam froze. I do not know why it did. Making sure I didn't run over the cable. I had to get a USB extension in order to make it work. So I don't have enough subscribers yet. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because you can't do live streaming from your phone until you hit 1,000 subscribers. I wasn't actually concerned about getting 1,000 subscribers until I found that out. Now I want to hit 1,000 just so I don't have to mess with this, and it's just a lot easier. I could just be live streaming from my phone and have that hooked up to a tripod instead. That would definitely be a lot easier. Alrighty. Let me go back and let's see what else we got up here. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that about the Molex being plugged in when you got the board. Yeah, because I remember somebody. Yeah, nobody got time for cable management. Let's see. Yeah, just got a Sunday. I'm not sure what that's regarding pocket change, but anyway, I probably didn't go up high enough in the chat. Let's see if there's any specific questions here. Yeah, EVGA is a little weird. They have different max power, so it does change things a little bit. You got to have a little bit different settings for the EVGA for the win cards. Sure, for gaming it's great, but for mining it's non-standard. It takes a little bit of tinkering. Let's see here. Oh, poor Chancoin. He doesn't have any GPUs to work with. Well, I'm hoping that, I mentioned this before, hoping that I'll be getting some more here real soon. Well, I know I've got some coming on Thursday. I'll be doing an unboxing video on that, so don't miss that. That's from somebody that we all know. So I will be doing a stream. Well, if it comes on Thursday, it's coming from USPS, so yeah. You all know how that is. Hopefully, it's coming on Thursday. It was originally supposed to be here on Tuesday. I got a message today saying it's now coming on Thursday. So, we shall see. Let's see. Oh, it did buffer for a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. I'm actually quite... Oh, I guess I'm not. I'm getting caught up here. Yeah, video... Right-click YouTube fan, control panel, and update. Stream should reinstate itself. I know you say we can't see. Dan, if you can... Let's see. Let me read down. Yes, cam is frozen. I know. At least you can see the screen. It's, it's probably killing you because it's a 299.96. Seriously? Seriously. All right, now I'm getting caught up. Savage. I'm looking just for question marks, or so if you have a question for me, just put me in it so I can see it. Yeah, the bad thing about this is I had lost 40 pounds, almost 40 pounds, and I put it all back on. So I lost 40 pounds at the start of last year through about June, and then the pandemic got the best of me. So it is what it is. I need to get back, and I'm going to be doing that. No, not on each GPU, just on a single GPU. At least that's what I found. So, yeah. Yeah, I know it was the webcam, but I was curious because right now I have it turned off because it is still frozen. So I'm leaving it off for now. Yeah, I was trying to figure out maybe a way. Oh, you know what? I know what I could try. Let's see if this works. Plug and unplug. Let's see if that works. Does not appear it did. Yep, does not appear it did. So, all right, well, we'll just leave it off. So, let me do some tinkering here with some clocks. In fact, I am going to spin up some fans to see which one is which. In fact, let me go to my overclock settings. And actually, well, I don't know why, but I like minus 350. It seems to work better on most of mine. I'm doing this for a reason. I want to make sure that I have separate settings for each of them. We're going to jack this up to 2400 on each one. That should work on all of those. And this is where I need to. And then we're going to back this down. But some of them, you know, we're going to go 124. Whoop. I'll try 30. I want to see if 30 is long enough. And let me just see if this works. All right. So we got 5. Let's see what happens. Is it going to let me? Data was invalid. So this has to be a standard amount. So we're going to do that, and we're going to take this one down to 50 and see if that is in fact the Zotac, which I believe it is. All right, save. Let me see. Yep, that was the Zotac. Okay, now I know. All right, let's see where we are at with this though. All right, so we're going to take this one back up though. We're going to change some of the overclocks. So I know this one can go down to 120 and only up to 2400. So let me change that one. Yeah, 120. And then I gotta find out. We're gonna try to see if all of these, whoop. We can keep them all at 70 and keep them at a reasonable temperature. That one's a 2400, but all these other ones I know can go to 26. And that should do it. Oh, you know what? Don't remember which one was lower. Yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna lower them all to 120, and I'll be able to tell which one is the EVGA, because whatever doesn't hit like this one at 2400 is going to be at like 61.62 or something around there. The other one should all be over 62, except for possibly one that will need to have the power limit go up just a little bit. And let me lower these all to 70. Can you tell I've played around with these cards a little bit? Let's see here. All right, let's go back over here. Oh, okay. Everything got quieter except for the power supply, and I was like, wait a minute, why was that? Yeah, because I lowered it to 70%. It's amazing the sound difference between 70% and 80%. It's a big difference. All right, so there's the 61.65 on the Rebtec, which is GPU 4. And interesting. And I get this error sometimes with the Rebtec. I'm not really sure why, but I'll have to keep an eye on the temp, make sure it doesn't go up any higher. It's coming back down. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but that warning generally doesn't mean anything, but I'm sure it can't be good. So anyway, let's see if there's any other questions. How did I get my brackets? I don't know. There's this guy, Jump Change. He's a really great guy, but man, that guy he was working with, I don't know. You didn't say some nice things about him. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Great Baldini. You got your nickname for making a great product. It was definitely great. Let's see here. Oh, Savage left the party. Well, it's getting kind of late by him. It's 11 o'clock there, so I wanted to try to get on here earlier, but it just wasn't working out. So yeah, good luck, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, I've tried to steer clear of all 3080s as a result of that. I'm somewhat tempted on a 3070 Ti. But I saw some of the specs on it today. It's not coming out until June, so it'll probably be at a point where I'm not going to be wanting to buy new GPUs at that point anyway, with 1559 coming. So, all right, let's take a look at what we got here. So we got, oh, no, that third one, or sorry, GPU number 2 is definitely the EVGA. GPU 1, though. Oh, I know which one that one is. That's, okay, I know exactly which one that one is. This is the one I do need to up the power on. That's the KO, the Asus KO. One of my KOs is perfectly fine at 120 watts. This one is not. This one needs a little bit more power. Let me jack up the power on that one. I think I only had to go up to 124. But let's see what happens. Overview. And it's going up. Oh, I see. See how on the fourth one, a Rebtec, there's no fan measurement. I mean, the temperature's fine, but there's no fan. Huh. Interesting. I'll probably just have to do a restart just to make sure everything's running okay. All right, 61.86. Is it continuing to climb or is it done? And it's still, well, it climbed a little bit more. May have to give that one just a bit more power. Let's see. 61.96 is where it looks like it leveled off. Let me give that another 2 watts. Let's see what happens. All these other ones. I remember that this EVGA, for whatever reason, it only got just over 62 with the same settings. If I raise, I'll raise both of these a bit. I don't think it's going to change this at all. But let me take a look. So let me try changing those. All right. Overclocking. So I want to change that one to 126. So we're going to change that one to 124. So 0 and 2. Yes. 0 and 2. Oh, interesting. Last one was NVIDIA settings applied with errors. Huh. Anyway, let me, maybe this time it won't do it. Edit. So 0 and 2. 0. We're going to go to 6. And 2, we're going to go to 4. And see what happens. Yeah, still saying it can't get the fan speed. I'll probably restart the miner if I get an increase in hash rate. And a little bit. You can see that was 62.05. It went up to 62.07 on the EVGA one. So that one, for some reason, is just not quite getting the same hash rate. But you can see that the first one, giving it just 2 more watts, got it a little bit higher, over 62. That one I may push all the way to 130. Oh, look at that, it's still going up. 62.23. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it, at 125. It's already not quite as efficient as the other ones. So anything I get from here on out is going to be marginal gains. But what I find typically is, you know, on my other, I've got 2 other 3060 Ti's that I've got, one on the computer I'm working on right now, and I've got one downstairs that will be coming out of that one when I get another riser, as I mentioned. And if I can find some place to put it on that rack. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to decide how I'm going to work that. I do have another server power supply that I can use. So I have that. And then I'll probably share that with the other rig that's going to go on there at some point. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I can live with that. Like I said, I know this last one. So I'm going to do one more restart of the miner. Make sure if that fan comes back, hopefully. Let's take a look. Probably have to type miner because this will go away. Yep, command from root. There we go. Miner. What? What are you talking about? There it goes. Oh, it's still saying it can't get the fan speed. Interesting. Waiting to cool down a bit. Well, let's see what happens here. Go back over here. Let's see. I'm just making sure. Oh wow, look at that CPU temp. Oh, man, that's pretty high. The load average isn't that high, but you know, I guess I didn't look at this when I tried it out. That might be a normal CPU temp. Anybody else got a Rebtec that has checked their CPU temp on the Rebtec? I mean, that's not super high, but it's higher than I've seen on other things. Let's see. Going back over to the chat, let's see what I got. Savage Mind's a good boy. Oh yeah, and Dan the Dane, I'm sure it's really late there. Yeah, and I'll probably be ordering some more of those rack clips. Because if I get those other GPUs, I'm going to have to find a way to hang them. Jay Bohannon, It started off with fan info and then error out. I'm not, let's see. Oh, you're talking about yours. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just experimented and say it's one of those things you find something that works and you just stick with it. So I decided try it with a monitor and it worked. And like I said, the other thing I did in the BIOS was I turned off the internal GPU. So if you're referring to the Rebtec board, that's what I did. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, looks like you guys are just talking to each other. That's good. Joseph Johnson. Yeah, my Rebtec is 39C. Oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. So it's 45, but it'll probably come down from there. So let's do another refresh on it. It's a little warm in here right now. It's 74 degrees in here. So I'm not overly concerned with 45. And probably if I take, right now it's sitting on a piece of like styrofoam. It would probably be helpful if I took that out. It would probably cool it off a bit. Because right now it's got no heat dissipation. It has very little heat dissipation coming out the bottom of it. So that'll probably help it as well. And right now I have no external fan on it. So once I put an external fan on it, it'll probably help. All right, let me go back over here again. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm going to do a reboot of this and see if this fan comes back. That's really strange. And like I said, the temp is fine. Temp is perfectly fine. But, yeah. And it's right now in a place that it has like very little. I just want to make sure that I'm not spinning the hell out of the thing. Let me go back to... Video OC failed. Let me go back to overclocking. Edit. Yeah, 70, 70, 70, 70. So... yeah, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Well, I'll leave it at 70 for now. I'll mess with that later. Let me do a reboot. Let's do reboot, shut down and boot. And actually, one of the things I need to do, which version am I even on? Wow, I'm on a really old version. That's not good. All right, so let's stop the miner. Let's do an update. Stop miner. Upgrade. Reboot after complete. All right, let's see what happens. And let's see something. I'm gonna put that back, but I'm gonna change something on here. There we go. I just, NVIDIA broadcast locked up. So now I've got it on there. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's a little small. That's a little better. Okay. All right, let's see. I haven't heard it reboot yet. It's probably got a lot of updates to do. Do I work in IT? It's kind of a loaded question. It shouldn't be, but technically no. Right now I'm out of work, first of all. But I've always had a knack for computers. I'm the guy in any department I have ever worked for that everybody goes to because they don't want to go to IT. IT's like last resort. So people will come to me and say, hey, can you fix this? Can you tell me an easier way to do this? And those types of things. And that's been since I started. When I started at Motorola, way back in the OS2 days, we had a piece of coverage, like custom software that was written by people at Motorola. And anyway, I was the administrator of that server for our department and took it over from somebody else who wasn't doing it very well. So that was kind of the start of my IT background. And actually, even before that, as a summer intern from college, I was a data communication specialist. So I sat in a computer room, troubleshoot communication problems. I'm trying to remember it was front ends that were down there, and System 360s, I think, IBM System 360s. Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah, some old stuff. Our dedicated lines to brokerage offices were 9.6 baud. So basically dial-up speed, the old dial-up speed, 9600. And then if you had a lot of information needed to transmit, you had a 56K switched line that you basically did your batch files on. That was high speed. And then our backbone was a T1, redundant T1s, and the T1s are 1.54 megabits per second. So yeah, that's like DSL speed, and actually slow DSL. So yeah, yeah, I'm going back in the memory banks on that one. Anyway, yeah, number one rule is always be best friends with IT. Well, I always had a love-hate relationship with IT because they always treated everybody like, most IT departments treat everybody like an idiot. And I don't put up with that. I do not put up with that. And the last company I worked for, one of the IT people was horrible and he was an asshole and everybody hated him. He ended up getting fired. But the other guy that worked there, he would be like, yeah, do this, that, and the other thing. And unless he had to get into my computer, it's like a security thing that only IT people have access to. But otherwise, he'd be like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, yep, that worked. And he's like, cool, thanks. So he always treated me a little bit differently, and I appreciated that. There were a number of people in the department I was in, actually at this company, that were pretty computer savvy. So it didn't hurt that I was in a department that was known for having good computer people. So anyway, I remember when T1 was fast. Oh, you're showing your age then, 56. Is 56 the age? Is that what that's specifying? Anyway, all right, so we are back up and running. And we still have no fan speed on that. That stinks. It is not coming up with a fan speed. I don't like that at all. And I don't know why, because I had not had that problem before. Huh. Can't get fan speed for GPU number 4. All right, well, I'm not going to bore you guys to death with that. Probably already made this stream way too long. It's been an hour and a half. But hopefully that first part where we did the image from the USB drive to the mSATA or whatever else you have hooked up to a computer. I mean, any computer will work. I wasn't sure if the Rebtec would work, but it did. So, yeah. So you don't need an adapter like you saw on Red Panda's or on Rapid Mining's video. There is this command that I showed you. And actually, like I said, I'll try to remember to put the... and let me go back to that. Come on. Where did it go? There it is. So this is actually the web page. So hiveos.farm/guides-hdd_move. guides, I should say, plural. So like I said, I'll try to remember to put that in the show notes. So that's for future reference. But this is now the second time I've been able to get this to work. So anyway, all right, well, thanks, guys, for joining me on my birthday. I appreciate it. It was good to have you guys here. Let me get back to where I was. And anyway, thanks again. Appreciate everybody for showing up.